night 2 of Folk Alliance in the Blanket Fort. We are live again. I'm live. I hope you are too. Listen, I am having the best time at Folk Alliance. I don't think any of us knew what to expect with this online version, but it is so much fun. And I have been enjoying all of the incredible music and meeting people in all of the weird ways that we do these days. So I thought when I was planning to play 4 nights of live music here, I thought it might be fun to help me pick some songs because I have a hard time choosing and have been waiting to play for so long. But I thought it would be fun to have a bit of a theme each night. So here we are, Tuesday night, night 2, and today is Dog Day. Cleo and I decided that it would be Dog Day today. So all of the songs tonight for this particular showcase are somehow connected to dogs. Now this is not reflective of my usual set list, but Folk Alliance is a fun time to test things out and have a little bit of fun with the songs that we write. So dogs figure very importantly in my songwriting. I credit my dogs as being my co-writers because while I'm out walking them through the woods or around town, that's when most of the ideas for songs happen. So it's only fair that they get their credit. Here's Giddy and Cleo, and they deserve full credit for most of the songs that I have written. So we're going to visit that catalog of songs, dog songs, tonight. That's our focus. Not all songs about dogs. That would be a bit much for a full hour. But no, songs that reference dogs in some way. We'll explain as we go on. But this song in particular is a fun one to play for this particular version of Folk Alliance because it is a song that is kind of suited for this strange quarantine time and suited for a blanket fort where we are here in Windsor, Nova Scotia, because it is a song that was written in bed. This is a song called Raining on a Saturday. See if you can catch the dog reference. Last night we had plans, but you felt like staying home. So we walked around the water, holding hands and ice cream cones. You were wrapped up in a ball game. I curled up for a nap. My old guitar lay down beside me, my head laid in your lap. And it was a shame we missed the concert, but we didn't miss the date. And now it's raining on a Saturday, and the coffee pot can't wait. Now it's early in the morning, I wait for you to wake. I listen to you breathe and feel each little move you make. But temperature is perfect, the blankets feel just right. I've got a pencil and some paper and a tune that came last night. Stuck on the fridge out in the kitchen is a list of things to do, but it's raining on a Saturday, and I'll start my list with you. I cleaned my fridge today. You fly out on Monday. 2 weeks seem so long, but work will keep you busy, and I'll keep company with songs. The kids will have their business, the dogs will want their walks. Your headed for a hotel in San Diego with not a lot of time to talk. So we will steal these simple pleasures. Oh baby, it's raining on a Saturday and you don't need your beauty rest. If you are a fan of dog footage in particular, dog encounters, do look up that video and check it out on YouTube and stay tuned to the very end. And you might see a special guest. I'm seeing all kinds of folks tuning in here tonight. I know my friend Graham is watching and my pal Craig. Jerry's here from Australia, which is amazing. Pam. The sound is better today, I'm hearing. The blanket fort was very quiet last night, which is what you'd expect from a blanket fort, I suppose, if you're on the outside of it, but shouldn't be the case here on the inside. So I'm glad to hear that things are cranked up a little bit tonight. By the end of this week, it might be a death metal session here in the blanket fort. Who's to say? Let's carry on with some dog songs. This was my daughter's request, this next song, because I don't think it's a song that I have ever performed anywhere, with good reason. Hello, Pam Gaines from Halifax. That's close by, Pam. It's a weird song. When I first started writing songs, they were all like really kind of strange songs for a laugh, and that's kind of how I worked out my songwriting muscles a little bit before things turned a little bit more sincere and earnest. But there is something fun about those goofy songs. I just don't always have the nerve to play them. Some of them are kind of ridiculous. And this one borders on maybe not tasteless, but questionable if you know that I have a history of working for a funeral home as a funeral director. So in that light, to write a song about a cadaver dog is kind of a weird move. And I won't explain all of why this happened, but it was written while I was walking through the woods with my dogs and listening to a podcast where the big plot development was they were looking for someone who had been missing for years, and they brought in a cadaver dog. Do you know what a cadaver dog is? It's a dog that is trained to sniff out organic matter that once belonged to a human. Boy, we're in some strange territory. It's only the second song, but this is a song about cadaver dogs. Welcome to the blanket fort. Footsteps still unknown. Mystery hangs like a fog over me and my cadaver dog. Stories scratched on strips of bark, secrets hidden in the dark. Treasure trove in a hollow log for me and my cadaver dog. Good boy, me and my cadaver dog. Twitch a lifted ear, signs that all is not well here. It takes hard work to find foul play, all in a cadaver dog's day. Beds of leaves and drifts of snow, waters deep hold clues below. We make our way through the murky bog, me and my cadaver dog. Here we go, me and my cadaver dog. to my old cadaver dog. Snaps a bone and licks the marrow clean, makes a mess of the whole crime scene. Was it man or beast? Now it's a feast for my dumb cadaver dog. Oh well, the world's worst cadaver dog. Oh dear, there you go, Sarah Kasperzak. So really that song was for my dog, Giddy, this fellow, the more portly of the two dogs, because he'll eat anything and everything that he finds. So I think he's who I had in mind with that song. I hope you all like dogs. If not, this isn't the best night probably to pay a visit. But Giddy actually has 2 songs written for him. I try to keep a balance between the 2 of them. When you have 2 kids or 2 dogs, you have to keep everything even. Oh, hey there, Bill Jardine. Thanks for tuning in. But the other song for Giddy is maybe a little bit more earnest. Giddy we got as a rescue dog. We don't know how old he was or is. He definitely seems like an old soul now. And he was very timid and shy when we brought him home. We already had one dog, and we'll talk about her in a second. But this song is for Giddy. He's a sweetheart. It's called Rescue. You don't know my history. You just take good care of me. I am a rescue. I am a perhaps I have my scars. I am a rescue. I am a rescue. I wander streets a lonely stray, getting by and waiting for the day. A gentle word, an open door means I won't wander anymore. I only fight when I'm attacked. When trouble comes, I've got your back. I am a rescue. I am a rescue. I won't scratch and I won't bite. I just need shelter for the night. I am a rescue. I am a rescue. I've used my chances, had my shots. Please take me home, you're all I've got. I am a rescue. I am a rescue. You can sing that part. I'll hear you. Let's try it. I am a rescue. heard somebody singing along out there. Sounded terrific. Boy, that's the one thing. No, it isn't. It's not the one thing. But boy, it will be so nice to be in a room making music together all at the same time. What a luxury. I don't know if we've taken it for granted, but boy, I sure appreciate it now. Campfire season in the future. This next song made the dog playlist for two reasons. It does have a dog reference in it. It's a song that is on my first record called Other People's Lives that came out in 2019. The first batch of songs that I had written that weren't about cadaver dogs. But this song has a second credential that puts it on the dog playlist, and that is because it features a dog as a backup singer. Some were recorded with my friend Jake in a closet here in Windsor, and we stuck it all together at the end, and it was so much fun. But I recorded this song called Everybody Knows here at my house, and sent all the bits and pieces to Jake to stitch together so we could put it on a record. And something happened in the editing process when I was recording some backup vocals, and when Jake sent me the song, at a perfectly timed point in the song, you can hear Giddy the dog chip in, and the timing of it is brilliant. And Jake, my friend Jake Smith, who produced that record with me, is a very agreeable fellow, but the only point that he would have fought me on is keeping that dog on the album. So Giddy's pretty quiet tonight. The dogs are milling about here in the far regions of the blanket fort, but I can't promise they'll be quiet for the whole time. We'll see how good their timing is tonight. This is called Everybody Knows. White picket fence, 3 kids, 2 dogs, 1 car, sitting in the yard. Long days of working hard. We pay off our credit card, and nobody asks me why you're never home at dinner time, or why I buy so much wine. They know that we're doing fine. I don't have to wear my shades on rainy days to hide that I've been crying. No dirty laundry on our line, just flowers and a welcome sign. And down at the grocery store, I don't have to ignore the talk wherever I go. I can look them in the eye, 'cause everybody knows. Driving to hockey practice and keeping our act up for the kids. You can stay out late with your high school friends. I don't count the nights you spend running round and playing pretend. And when you don't hurry home, I don't worry over things like one-night stands. I know that you're a real good man, and that you are in good hands. The neighborhood grapevine's buzzing, including her husband, as the story goes. You might as well face it tonight, 'cause everybody knows. boxes of your books and clothes. You can ask anybody why, 'cause everybody knows. And the lights on at her place tonight, and everybody knows. No dog barks, unless you provided them at home, which I welcome. Oh, Mary Beth Carty. My goodness, one of the finest folk musicians I know is Mary Beth Carty. Find her on the internet somewhere. She's amazing. I put out a record in this quarantine time in November. It's called Chasing Rabbits, this one. And it's called Chasing Rabbits for two reasons. One that will be explained, hopefully, in this song that I'm going to play for you, which is also a song that I don't know if I've ever played live before, because when I recorded it, it has all kinds of layers and bits, and you can do that in a studio. A studio is a fun place for an only child who only plays by herself most of the time, because you can put all kinds of fun sounds in it. But this one in particular, this is a quiet little song that feels very private to me and very personal. It's about being back in the woods trails in Somerville, Hants County with my dogs. And Cleo's got a hunter streak in her. She's a natural-born killer. And she would chase after anything that moved. But chasing rabbits really is, for me, about the distraction of songwriting. I have a real busy brain, and there is nothing I like better than when I have a very important task at hand that needs my full attention. That is the precise moment that a song idea will rear its head, and I can't help but chase it. My poor family, they're very tolerant people, as is my boss. So that's where this song comes from. And that's what the record is named after. It's that brilliant, beautiful dilemma of having songs to chase down. I'll send this out to my friend Graham Hodder, who sings my songs a lot better than I can. When Cleo was a puppy, she got sick and nearly died. And the vet suspects it left her with some damage deep inside. She can't handle freedom in the woods. And deep down I know Cleo is an awful lot like me. She tends to hide our troubles, places people never see. She's a slave to being anxious. I'm a slave to my bad habits. When I should be busy working, I'm distracted chasing rabbits. Ooh. In my dreams I try to catch them, though it keep me up at night. When I think of all the music and the songs I didn't write, well, I only held myself back. No, I can't blame anyone. And every morning I make Cleo sit and walk instead of run. Ooh. family keeps us close, though we take out our frustrations on the ones that matter most. Then we cover them with kisses, and we hide our love away, when the only thing they want is for us to sit, for us to stay. And deep down I know Cleo is an awful lot to go. I would drop her leash and watch her chase rabbits through the snow. I can't really predict. I mean, I can't tell you what it means to have these songs arrive. I've said this before in this fort many times, but for so many years, songwriters just were on a pedestal to me. I think it is just the most magic thing, marrying poetry and music together to tell a story. It just astounds me, but sometimes the songs that arrive surprise me, and I don't know what to do with them. This one, though, has a really specific place that it came from, because my daughter Sarah and I send each other things that we find online for a laugh all the time. Every day we send things back and forth. That's our love language, sharing things on the internet that make us laugh. But she sent me this picture one time, a little snapshot, and it was of a handwritten letter, and who knows if this is true, it's the internet. I can't believe everything you see. But it was a photograph of a handwritten letter that supposedly an older gentleman had sent to someone who sells things on eBay because he had bought a VCR through the auction and wrote this letter of appreciation. And it was a really simple thing, but it just hit me right here. And right away, it was one of those songs that just arrives. You don't have to chip away at it too much or carve it up too much. It just kind of lands in your lap. But it's a sort of strange thing to put yourself in someone else's shoes, a character's shoes. So I always have to give a little bit of context for this song, although I will tell you that I think it's probably one of my favorites because it isn't me singing about me. It's just a little story that comes from somewhere, the internet, I guess. It's called VHS. I stayed up late for my auction bid, gently used a VCR like Christmas morning for a kid. I typed the numbers on my credit card. I filled my name and my address. I pay for next day delivery. Harry barks at the UPS. Harry and me keep our own company. And treasures buried in my mind, they come alive and fill the screen. People I had left behind. It's been years since I'd last seen the places that I used to go, the faces that I used to know. basement shelves are in a mess. Joan would tear a strip off me. Stacks of weed, every tape a new surprise. Birthday parties and friends we made. Babies grow before my eyes, and treasures buried in my mind. They come alive and fill the screen, and people I had left behind. It's been years since I'd last seen the places that I used to go, the faces that I used to know. Final show to end the night, our wedding day in late July. Joni's dress of lily white, fast and forward the good times fly. For every photo in our book, she held the camera and made us smile. And now I remember just how she looked. I hadn't seen her in a long, long while. And treasures buried in my mind, they come alive and fill the screen. And when it ends, I press rewind. It's been years since I'd last seen the faces that I used to know, the places that me on VHS. I feel kind of funny about this. So that song really fits together with a couple of little songs. I don't know what will become of them, honestly. But we'll see where it goes. Because if that story continues, if you are willing to accept that this man exists somewhere in the world, then here's the next part of his story. And again, for those of you who are joining in partway through, can't imagine why you would. That's a strange endeavor. But it's dog song night. So that's why we'll play this tune, which is called Harry. Sisters and your brothers, everyone a different color. Pups for sale, a sign nailed to a tree. You were such a mangy sight, I didn't know your fur was white, till I gave you a good shampoo to kill off all the fleas. You would never growl or nip, you were born smart as a whip. For milk bones you'd perform your set of tricks. You would walk me through the park every evening before dark, smelling grass and eating trash and chasing after sticks. You're a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. Thank you for the golden years you've spent here by my side. You're a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. But even good boys have to say goodbye. When Joni passed away, I'd have stayed in bed all day, but I held the leash and found my feet and took you for a walk. Now it's hard to get around. You and me, we're slowing down. You understand my feelings when I hurt too much to talk. You're a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. Thank you for the golden years you've spent here by my side. You're a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. But even good boys have to say goodbye. My grandson says he'll bring you to the home to visit me sometime when I'm settled and I'm fit for company. And I won't complain when I find a little tuft of hair matted on my slipper, a reminder you were there. And soon he will arrive to take you for a drive, along with all your tennis balls, your blanket and your treats. And it just won't be the same. I'll forget and say your name, expecting you to claim your place curled up beside my feet. You've been a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. Thank you for the golden years you've spent here by my side. You've been a good boy, Harry, a real good boy. But even good boys have to say goodbye. Even good boys have to say goodbye. Jerry, you called it there. A little Randy Newman probably sneaks into that song. I love Randy Newman. Yeah, boy, if that's the worst thing I'm guilty of, I will definitely take it. So I definitely spent a lot of time walking my dogs through the trails in Somerville, which is where I grew up. But in the wintertime, what I prefer to do is take them through the woods while I'm on cross-country skis. I think it's one of the finest ways to enjoy the winter here in Nova Scotia, is getting out in the snow on a set of skis. I just love it. And it would be a chance for the dogs to run free, which sometimes had its consequences when we learned that the neighbors had free-range chickens in the yard adjacent to the trails. But there's just something great about letting the dogs go and then being able to slide through the woods at a good clip. But when I would do that, my granddad, my poor Grampy Fudd, who I also owe for getting me into music, because his basement is where I spent much of my childhood playing the piano and picking up his guitars in secret when he wasn't around and listening to his records, his Chet Atkins records. And that's where I cut my musical teeth long before I ever started writing songs. But my poor granddad was stressed out because he was convinced when I went back in the woods, even with the dogs, that I was going to become a coyote's dinner. And at one point, he gave me this huge knife in a holster to carry with me when I was skiing, like a knife like this. And I was certain if I were to take that knife with me on skis, I'm not the world's most coordinated person. I might be able to trick you on the dance floor, but I'm really not. I'm quite clumsy. And I was convinced that if I ever fell on this knife, that would surely be the end of me. And then the coyotes would just be putting me out of my mercy because I would impale myself on this knife. So that is the story, the origin story of this song called Coyotes, which really kind of came to life on this album. So many great players play on this song, including my friend Kim Kent, who is just one of the most compelling, unique people I have ever met. And she brought in this beautiful handmade drum that is named Deer Spirit, brought it into the studio, along with an incredible coyote pelt. And if any of you happen to have this record, Chasing Rabbits, on CD, and you've pulled out the little booklet inside, you'll see a picture of Kim with her drum and the coyote pelt. But if, like most of the world, you don't listen to CDs anymore, you listen to music online, you can go look at this video for the song Coyotes, which is its own special project for me, because my daughter Sarah and I spent the day with Kim on her property and in the woods. And Sarah, with one camera, captured this whole day, and that became the video that goes along with this song. So look it up on YouTube. It's called Coyotes. And I'm going to imagine that at the end of the song, you're going to give your very best coyote howl. You can type it into the chat. Just type your howl in. I would love to see it in print. I'll hear it in my mind. This is a song called Coyotes. Set out with the sunrise on a set of worn-out skis. My thoughts were hanging heavy as the snow upon the trees. I was thinking of my granddad, how he'd given many warnings to watch out for coyotes. My pocket that could kill me if I fell. I made 2 lines like the highway through the trail I knew so well. At the log bridge by the river, I heard a rustle at my back and caught a glimpse of the coyote that was following my tracks. In her eyes a glow of amber, in a flash she lunged for me. I stumbled in my skis, she ripped my snow pants at the knee. With a mittened hand I wrestled, tried to free my granddad's knife, drove it deep into the soft fur of a dog to save my life. With a whimper she relented, and the snow turned angry red. She licked her wounded shoulder while my own leg pulsed and bled. A shadow broke the sunlight through the corner of my eye. A pack of young coyotes come to watch their mother die. One howl there in the chat. Ooh, hello, Mark Peterson. as their babies gathered round me, I could smell their puppy breath, and my thoughts in that brief moment were of life instead of death, as they tore me into pieces and licked my old bones clean. My spirit grew so peaceful, the most at rest I'd ever been. Just through their hair, and all the times I'd wronged them, caught my leg in my own snare. But I will see no fiery furnace, no box deep in the ground, just a pack of wild coyotes and their high and lonesome sound. Funnest song about my own death that I think I could ever write. Graham, chiming in with your howl. Pam, Mark, I love it. Keep them coming. I think we have time maybe for one more tune here. Thank you so much for being here. This Folk Alliance event, for those of you who are within the walled garden, this platform, Folk Alliance is an amazing thing in person. I've only been once in Montreal, and right away, I mean, it can be very overwhelming, but when I was there, instantly, really quickly, that sense of community, like there was so much hustle and bustle, but right away you were being pulled in this direction and that direction and introduced to people and dragged into showcase rooms to hear someone amazing. And I just ate it up. And I know people who have gone year after year are especially feeling the difference this year. But I'm telling you, seeing these little messages on the screen, seeing fellow musicians, Jason, hello, Luke Frazier. Luke and Sarah play on this record. Luke and Sarah are the Bombadils. Brilliant musicians and beautiful humans, and really were such a huge part of making Chasing Rabbit. So I know they are no stranger to the folk conference and are very well known in those circles too. So it was just a joy to have them play on this album. And you can see them in a video we made for a song called Lunenburg Moon, which I will play tomorrow, Wednesday, as part of the ECMA Spotlight Showcase, their official showcase, tomorrow with a whole bunch of other terrific artists. I am hugely honored to represent Fort. That was their decision. It's a little bit more polished than tonight. But I am very, very honored to take part of that showcase. And we'll play a song called Lunenburg Moon. Find that video online too, and you'll get to see the beautiful Bombadils. But tonight, I am going to close things out with probably another one of my favorite songs, because it is about one of my favorite places here in Windsor that, on the one hand, I try and keep secret, but then I tell the story of this song everywhere I play. It is at the end of a road that goes past a private school and a tennis court and then turns into a dirt road. And when you go to the end of it, you see the water wind around the Avon River, and there is this old farmhouse that stands there all alone up on a hill, and it's been empty for a long, long time. But after we moved to Windsor, I expected to be walking through, the sidewalks and street lights and everything, and to find this little this little secret place surrounded by cow pastures and windmills and the river. It just absolutely captured my heart. So that's where this song comes from. It does have a dog reference. We made it through the whole set, every song connected to dogs. But I will say this song in particular is a segue into tomorrow night's show. So tomorrow's showcase is all about places. Just the thing when we've all been at home for an entire year. I'm going to sing about all different places. So thank you for being with me tonight. I have appreciated so much. It's so great to see some friendly names and think about the faces that go with them. This is a song that I hope is true because it is called This Isn't Goodbye. To the end of a long country mile, to a house where nobody had lived for a while. The windows are boarded, the grass growing high, all alone on a hill reaching into the sky. We'll take turns at the piano, read books on the porch. Our old dogs will make marks when they scratch on the door. The trees by the river will shelter the wind, and the rooms will be drafty, and rain will get in, and it will all fall apart. But on the days that are dry, we'll pretend that this isn't goodbye. The same pink carnations fade into brown on the same cafe table where we met in town, where we laughed and we talked and forgot about Eden, and the pleasures were simple and fresh with each greeting. So let's talk like we're making some plans for next Monday. Save a seat by the window, by the street in the sun, and maybe next time I'll think of what I want to tell you I couldn't today. But it's just as well I will wear that blue dress. You'll have that look in your eye, and we'll pretend that this isn't goodbye. Let's pretend that the next time's the first time we've met. No memories to fade and no tears to regret. Let's forget all the secrets that we've come to know, and we won't fall in love at hello. I saved all your letters from so long ago. I don't know who I thought that I'd want to show, 'cause I know they're a fiction. I know it's a fact that the curtains are closing at the end of this act. Can we sing one more song? Can we write one more page? Can we savor this moment alone on the stage? 'Cause I know we're both players. We've been playing our parts, writing tears on our sleeves where we've hidden our hearts. Say the lines one more time. I don't care if you lie, just pretend that this isn't goodbye. Walk me back down that road where tonight we can try to pretend that this isn't goodbye. This is only goodbye for now. Thank you so much for being here in the Blanket Fort at Folk Alliance. It's been an absolute pleasure to play with you. Enjoy the rest of your night and all the great music that is here, and we will see you again very soon.